Hey, welcome back. It's been a month since we did our last update, and as you can see over my left shoulder, quite a bit of work has happened. What you're looking at is the front entryway. It will eventually have a nice coating of glass around the whole front and the upper part. It will be lit up. It will be a nice little beacon for this end of the campus and the front of the building. Below that structure is now in place poured a two-tier stairway that takes us down to the lower level, and we'll get a better look at that when we go inside. We're starting at the end of the building that we normally start at. That's the far extreme east end. We're in what will be an adjunct teaching office. Right now they're doing some electrical work in here. We'll come on down the hallway. Again, to the left are the teaching offices. To the right here I have another adjunct teaching room. I guess probably the biggest change from last month was new glass. New insulated windows are installed here. So they're very, very heavily insulated, and they'll make the building quite a bit more comfortable as well as economic. Further, another teaching room or a practice room, depending on which we decide to finally use it for. As we move down here, we've got another office and another office. Then we move into an area that's had quite a transformation since last month. This represents the lobby, and it would be Karen Unruh's space. Used to be the piano lab. So this wall was busted out and knocked out, and steel work was done to support that load-bearing wall. And yeah, they're working on filling in that area back there. And Karen's office will be back here, and there's a pretty nice waiting room for those kind of visitors and that sort of thing. As we move out here in this hallway, again, load-bearing walls have been removed here and right here where Gary walked through. So here in the back, we walk this way, and we've got another front hallway that takes us to a pair of upstairs practice rooms. So this room here will be a practice room. This will be a practice room. They're just now studying this in and getting ready to do the sheetrock on this. As we move back this way, we're very, very close to opening up this front lobby, but we're just not quite there yet. I suspect now this wall isn't supporting the load anymore, but it's probably just to keep the weather out, the rain out. So looking straight down this way, you've got the new conference room. Hasn't been leveled yet, and it hasn't been enclosed, but to this north view will be a new conference room right here. And let's go around here, Gary. You can see the new beams here that have put in. Again, this was another load-bearing wall that was removed. It was replaced by these steel beams. And so as I look down here now, this is the new entryway into the theater. A pair of doorways. People will enter straight from the south and walk north into the grand entry into the theater. So then we're in 109, what used to be 109. And not a whole lot has changed here. This is the little mini warehouse, I guess is what we can call it. It's where a lot of the materials are stored right now for all the different work that's being done throughout the building. But there's still lots in store for this room. Choir room. Pretty much the sheetrock is close to being completed. You'll see how the walls now change and undulate here. There will actually be a curtain that they'll be able to pull around and pull back, depending on how much reverberation they want in this building. You can pull the curtain out to deaden it, pull it back to make it live. There are still 3 pointed projectile type things that will be built on the wall here that haven't been built yet also. That will be the front of the room, so to speak, where it'll have the marker board and where the screen will be. Let's see. Through here, not much change here. This is the instrument storage area, pretty much like we saw it a month ago. Here is the orchestra room. Again, we have brand new glass in here now, insulated glass windows, and the wall that's irregular. This will also have a curtain that will pull across and be pulled back. And then, of course, you can see these things that were here, I think, last time we were here. All right, here we are at the west end, like we always start the basement pass. Storage area, costumes, props, you name it. This is the kind of the exclusive drama storage room. As we step out, this is the hallway to the right to the exit door in the lower level here. Left here you can see the sheetrock's done and finished, and you can already see a layer of primer on the walls. In here is one of the dressing rooms. Not sure which one, but it's one of them. Directly across the doorway is the associated restroom. So yeah, sheetrock's done, primer's on, and ready for the final paint. As we cross the hallway, we get the mirror image over here. Dressing room to my right, and restroom to my left. Still some work to go, but yeah. As we move further down the hallway here, we then have to our left the green room. Green room had paint applied and pretty much ready for final paint and then ceilings and yeah, finish. Okay, as we move further this way, we will point out that's the first practice room. There are 5 in a row down here. Practice room number 2, practice room number 3, practice room number 4, which is still being built, and then here's practice room number 5, which was not able to be built until the front stairway was built, and now the front stairway is done. This 5th practice room is being built, and it's right here next to the stairway. So we're looking here at kind of an interesting stairway that boards are in the way. It goes straight to the south and takes a left and takes a 90-degree turn up the stairway. You can probably get that picture up there, Gary, which then takes us up right to the structure that we showed at the beginning of the video. That looks good. Back here, we're into the kind of the kitchen dining area now. This is a little alcove that will have a counter. I expect a microwave to be there and maybe kind of a little dining, a little snack area there. This is the kitchen. Primer's on the wall. We'll have the window here to pass things through with a counter, stove, refrigerator, dishwasher, and the likes. Okay. We're moving now to the large lower level classroom. The classroom itself orients towards the north. So in the front of the room there will be a screen for videos right in the middle, and on either side there will be a couple of dry erase boards, 4x8, 4x10, thereabouts, whatever fits. You can see here there's actually some windows and lights in the back of this room. As you can see out, you can see a good deal of natural light coming down the stairway, and realize that's with quite a few boards in the way. So what's to me exciting about this setup and this design is once these boards are all removed that you see straight ahead, this will be supported by some steel, and then all the glass up top will allow a lot of natural outside light to pour down these stairways and to naturally light this middle lobby part of this lower level. So the hope is, and it looks like it's going to work, is the downstairs will be lit a lot with natural light. Won't feel so darkish. But this whole area will be a lower level lobby, and it's really pretty good sized. When you go and look where Mr. Bartell's coming in right now, that actually is a lobby that extends all the way down to the dressing rooms and restrooms, but this larger area here is quite expansive, and the hope is that kids will come down here and use this to study and whatnot, and then it'll also be a nice area to use when the campus worship room or the cab room is in session 2. They can spill out into this center area. Okay, we just walked into the cab campus worship room. Yeah, this looks bigger and wider than it has in a lot of cases. Quite a bit of the materials that have been stored in here aren't here anymore. So you can see the wall to the left and the right have been sheetrocked. This has enough flexibility that the stage could possibly go on the east wall, the north wall. We're going to light this room with some special LED lights that are dimmable, and we're going to have a lot of flexibility on what we can do down here. To the right is the mechanical room, which is the back end of the elevator. Back to the west there is where the elevator will go. Not a huge elevator, but big enough to get people up and down. And this will also become a storage room as well. And then right behind us here is a pretty good sized storage room. This is where tables and chairs and different equipment that's used in this room will be stored. We do have a storage room right next door, which isn't quite as clean, but it still has room for storage. And that's it. That's where we're at. Progress is underway, lots of things happening, and thank you.